when you reduce over a 2-year period, eliminate and restructure more than 50 positions, 22 last year, brought 2 back in here, so about 20, and more than 30 this year, that is very tough work, and that has a detrimental, and I think a far-reaching negative effect on children.
So I was pleased with the initiatives of our employees on that side, our side of the organization, to really scrutinize, and as Mr. Schaefer said, we made some tough decisions. The bottom line is we are here to support them. We're trying our best to do that.
Sure.
And I think that from the perspective of education services, our main goal was to attempt to be as efficient and effective as possible. We also attempted to have the least impact be on direct services to students in the classroom. However, I stated this last evening, and I firmly believe that we're in a time as a nation, as a state, and as a county when we can least afford to be treading water and just maintaining our position. We really need to be in a place where we are advancing and taking our students to the next level. And the more that we have to cut and the more that we have to get into our programs and restructure them and are limited in our ability to be comprehensive in our approach, the less able we're going to be to accomplish that with kids. So, as Mr. Schaefer said earlier, the cuts are not ideal in any way. However, I do think that we did a comprehensive job of attempting to make those cuts have the least impact directly on students in the classroom and teachers that are working hand in hand.
Something good that comes out of this, and I think you probably saw that last night, is our board members really looking at programs.
Right.
I mean, talking about the delivery of our instructional coaching model. That was a shift, and there's some growing pains with it because it's new, but we're convinced it's the correct approach. And you're looking at every line in that budget. How do I get the biggest bump for my dollar? Because that's important to us. Should always be important. I believe it is here, but never more important than it is right now. When you say the bottom line, the collateral of all this could be a person's job. That's extremely important. Just we have a difficult hand to play. The school system, the county, the state, and so you got to have good people around the table playing those hands the best way they can. I can't underscore the fact you got to have the collective expertise dealing with these issues and trying to get it right, because we can't shotgun the approach. If you're Howard County or Montgomery County or rich counties, you got a lot more opportunity to shoot it out there. Maybe something will stick. But when you're a low wealth county, you've got to make that shot count. My biggest concern is class size, and being able to look at growth that we're having in the early childhood areas and elementary school areas, and being able to deal with that. Because without having some contingency money, some contingency positions, you're less able to address those pressure points as they come up, and that will happen.